Mike Christopher, the 21st of September 1969 to the 29th of November 2001, was an American-born Irish singer-songwriter, best known for his posthumously released debut album Skylarkin. Early life. Michael Christopher was born in the Bronx, New York City, to Irish parents Harry Christopher from Dublin and Vaughan Heaney from 6 Mile Cross, County Tyrone. They moved back to Dublin in 1972 when Michael was still a toddler. He later attended Coláiste Chilean in Clondalkin. He started playing traditional Irish music with school groups until he was about 15 years old, when he started busking in Dublin. Over the next 5 years, Christopher made friends with many of the musicians on the Dublin circuit, including brothers Carl and David Odlum, Glenn Hansard and others. Musical career. In 1990, Christopher formed the band The Mary Janes with former Keeler bass player and fellow busker Carl Odlum, and added Simon Good on guitar and Stephen Hogan on drums. The band's lineup evolved over the next 9 years, becoming a three-piece without drums when Hogan left the group. It was the three-piece version that recorded the band's first album, Bored of the Laughing. In 1994, the Mary Janes signed a publishing deal with Warner Chappell. In 1996, the band acquired the drumming talents of Australian Mark Stanley, with this lineup recording their second album, Sham. In 1998, over the years the Mary Janes played everywhere from the Fela and the Fla music festivals in Ireland, to Glastonbury Festival in England, to the CMJ in New York. The band also performed a 6-week stint in Bosnia with the War Child charity organization. The Mary Janes split in 1999 and Christopher embarked on a 3-month solo tour of Victoria, Australia. In 2001, having recovered from a bad motorbike accident, Christopher released his solo Heyday EP and announced that he would be supporting the Waterboys on their next tour, Death. Christopher's 2001 tour with the Waterboys performed in Groningen, Netherlands, on the 18th of November 2001. That night, after he had played his set supporting the Waterboys, Christopher was found unconscious, having apparently struck his head on some steps during an accidental fall. On arrival at a local hospital, he was found to have lapsed into a coma as a result of severe swelling to the brain. He never regained consciousness and died on the 29th of November 2001, aged 32. The accident that caused his death was described by friend Glenn Hansard. He went for a few beers after the show and simply slipped on some steps. It could have happened anywhere, at any time. Quote, Skylarkin. Christopher had been working on a solo album entitled Skylarkin prior to his death. The album was incomplete, but Christopher had made notes as to how the recordings could be improved. During November 2002, work from many of his friends and family resulted in the posthumous release of Christopher's first and only solo album. Skylarkin later won Best Album at the 2003 Meteor Awards. His family were present to collect the award on his behalf. Dedications. Since Christopher's death, Glenn Hansard of The Frames has dedicated each of that band's albums to him. They also dedicate their cover version of his hit, Heyday, to him when played live. Damien Rice dedicated his album O, released 8 weeks after Christopher's death, to his departed friend. Lisa Hannigan dedicated the song, Splishy Splashy, to him on her debut album See So, 2008. Ronan O'Snoddy from Keeler, who co-wrote the song Friends with Mike and shared a flat with him in the years before his death, wrote the song, The Dream I Haven't Shown Her, on his album The Playdays for Mike. It is a medley of the W.H. Auden poem, Funeral Blues, and a song written by Mike Christopher, Embrace the Day. Discography: Heyday EP, 2000. Skylarkin, 2002. Mike Christopher's official site. Mike Christopher at Irish Music Central. Mike performing Heyday in the Spirit Store. February 2001 on YouTube.